Hello students, after completing the first derivation where you had considered the transmission from one fluid to another, okay, where you had a boundary at x is equal to 0 and you had medium 1 over here with characteristic impedance rho 1 C1 and second medium characteristic impedance rho 2 C2, and this was boundary at x is equal to 0. So we have found out for such case the value of alpha r and alpha t, which was my sound power reflection coefficient and sound power transmission coefficient, and also found out the value that alpha t is nothing but 1 minus alpha r. So all this we have done with. So now we'll move towards the second case where you have to study or have a derivation reflection at the surface of a solid, which means obviously we are not talking about the fluid medium as such. Fine. So instead of that we'll have a solid in the medium 2. Okay. So what we have to say in this case, that the reflection of plane waves in a fluid as produced at the surface of a solid is much more different than that produced at the boundary between the two fluids. That is the first derivation. We had used the word transmission from one fluid medium to another fluid medium. So definitely the reflection, the sound wave, the plane wave is coming and hitting the boundary, okay, and medium 2 is not fluid but it is solid. So the reflection of plane wave in a fluid as produced at the surface of a solid is much more different than that produced at the boundary between two fluids. This is obvious. So in order to analyze this, the reflection from solid, okay, what do you need to do? We need to ignore the characteristic of the plane wave that penetrates into the solid. That's a must. So we can't carry on with what will happen if whenever you get the reflection from solid, and if we take into account that will it penetrate the wall, okay, so that we'll have to ignore and then move on. So what we'll do, we will characterize the behavior of this wave by a parameter called as Zn. Okay, so Zn, this is the normal specific acoustic impedance of the solid. Very important word. So what is Zn basically? Zn is defined as the ratio of what? Ratio of acoustic pressure, okay, acoustic pressure acting on the surface of the solid to the associated velocity of the fluid normal to the surface. Fine. So this is pressure. So acoustic pressure is not always in phase with the fluid velocity at the surface of a solid, correct? Therefore, the normal specific acoustic impedance may be complex. So we can also write in this fashion. This is called as complex Z, or normal specific acoustic impedance complex nature, is equal to given by Rn plus Jxn. This is definition. Okay, this is my equation number 1. So what is Rn? The real part. So real part will be called as resistive component, and this Xn will be called as a reactive component. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are basically going to replace the medium 2 from this figure, okay, by a solid medium. Okay, so we are going to have a solid over here as the topic says. So the separate boundary conditions what we used over here we are used two conditions, condition 1 for the pressure, condition 2 for the velocity. So here what we'll do, we will use a boundary condition of continuity of pressure and particle velocity, obviously at x is equal to 0. Fine. So what will happen for the condition? The condition will become that the characteristic impedance Zn is nothing but, how we define Zn? Even this we can write characteristic complex term, P upon U. Okay, so I can write P I plus P R divided by U I plus U R, equation number 2. So in short, what I did, I just used what is happening in my medium 1. Okay, because until unless the plane wave is going to hit the boundary, it will get reflected. So in the medium 1, the value of the normal specific acoustic impedance Zn will be the ratio of P by U, but P will be incident plus reflected. So Pi plus Pr. We know the relation already which we did in this case. We had written the equation for Pi, then Pr, then Pt, then used boundary conditions, and then we got the value of alpha r and alpha t in terms of B1 upon A1 and A2 upon A1. Fine. So here what I wrote, Pi plus Pr upon Ui plus Ur at x is equal to 0. This is important. So what will happen in the equation of Pi? We wrote A1 a to the power I omega t minus k1x. So that term gets cancelled very easily. That's the reason we are using the boundary, value or the boundary O dash at x is equal to 0. Okay. So if we use the equations for Pi and Pr which we had done in this derivation, same value we will use it over here at x is equal to 0, and obviously the value of Ui is how much? Ui is nothing but Pi divided by rho 1 C1. Fine. And how much is my Ur? Ur will be Pr divided by, obviously this P same, Pi by rho 1 C1, and this will be rho 2 C2 with a minus sign because it is reflected back. Okay. Substitute the values over here. So I'll say therefore Zn equal to, now this Pi is how much? A1 e to the power I omega t. I did not write about kx term because x is 0 plus Pr. What I wrote equation there, B1 e to the power I omega t. Fine. Divided by, what is Ui? Again Pi. So what is Pi? A1 e to the power I omega t divided by rho 1 C1 plus B1 e to the power I omega t divided by minus rho 1 C1. I made a mistake here. It is rho 1 C1 only because medium 1 only, na? Yeah. Rho 1 C1. Okay. So if at all I take this out e to the power I omega t, what will be my equation? It will be A1 plus complex B1 e to the power I omega t divided by A1 minus B1 e to the power I omega t into rho 1 C1. Cancel this. What did I do? This minus sign will come over here. So A1 minus B1, this is common. Rho 1 C1 term will go over here. So this is my proper value of the normal specific acoustic impedance. Okay. Now this will be my equation number 3. Now if at all I simplify this by cross multiplication, what will I get? I will get A1 minus complex B1 into Zn is equal to A1 plus complex B1 rho 1 C1. Fine. So here I'll take A1 terms on one side, B1 terms on the other side. So I'll get the value B1 in terms of A1. Okay. So this is A1 Zn minus B1 Zn is equal to A1 rho 1 C1 plus b1 rho 1 c1. Fine. So take a on this side, b on the other side. Okay, what we get then? We get a1 zn minus rho 1 c1, a1 common obviously, is equal to b1 inside the bracket rho 1 c1 plus z, or zn plus rho 1 c1, anyway you can write. Fine. So therefore my value of b1 is equal to zn minus rho 1 c1 divided by zn plus rho 1 c1 times a1. This is very important equation. This is my equation number 4. Okay, everything we are doing from the knowledge what we have gathered during this derivation. Okay, so that's why the origin is always important. If you are not understood, again do the derivation in your book, then only this will be clear to you what I am trying to explain. Okay, so here I got the value of b1 in terms of a1 with the value zn minus rho 1 c1 upon zn plus rho 1 c1 times a1. Now I have the value of zn from equation number 1, that will try and write over here. Okay, so we can say using equation number 1. Okay, what will I get? I will get b1 is equal to, okay, zn will be rn plus jxn minus rho 1 c1 divided by rn plus jxn plus rho 1 c1 times a1. Fine. So I'll take the real part together and write rn minus rho 1 c1 plus jxn divided by rn plus rho 1 c1 plus jxn times a1. This is my equation number 5. This is my value of b1 in terms of a1. Okay, now when this zn is real, then what will happen? The equation number 4 becomes equivalent to the earlier derivation what we did. What we did earlier, in this case we did b1 is equal, I'll write it over here, what we did earlier, b1 is equal to rho 2 c2 minus rho 1 c1 divided by rho 2 c2 plus rho 1 c1 times a1. This is what we did earlier in this derivation. Okay, so if zn is real, then equation number 4 will become this, except, okay, except what? In those cases where zn is real, the pressure amplitude constant b1 is not real, consequently, and the reflected wave at the boundary, okay, reflected wave at the boundary may either lead or lag the incident wave by the angles ranging from 0 degrees to 180 degrees. Okay, so therefore what we'll do now, we'll take the magnitude. So we'll take the magnitude of the RHS of equation number 5. So what will I get? I'll get b1 is equal to, I'll write a1 first, and I'll write rn minus rho 1 c1 bracket square plus xn square divided by rn plus rho 1 c1 bracket square plus xn square raised to half, because I took the magnitude. Fine. So therefore the sound power reflection coefficient, we know the definition, b1 upon a1. Okay, so therefore alpha r is equal to b1 upon a1 bracket square will become how much? So this half will go, so we'll have rn square minus rho 1 c1 bracket square plus xn square divided by Rn plus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square. Fine. So this is my expression for the sound power reflection coefficient. Fine. Now I told you this relation also. Alpha T is 1 minus alpha R. So even though I do not have anything on this side, okay, in the first case we had a relation for A2 also. We had to, using two boundary conditions, we could get the value of derivation for alpha T. So that was not easy. But in this case, we'll make use of this to get the value of alpha T. Fine? Because we are just in medium 1. We are just saying that it is hitting the boundary, okay, hitting the solid medium and then coming back. That's what we meant. Okay. So what we can say now, next, we'll say next is the value of alpha T will be alpha T is equal to 1 minus alpha R. So what is my alpha R value? This one. So I'll write 1 minus Rn minus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square divided by Rn plus rho 1 C1 square plus Xn square. So I wrote the value of alpha R over here. Just check it out. Rn square minus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square, Rn plus rho 1 C1 bracket square, Xn square. So we are done with the writing the expression. Okay. Now our job is simplify this. Okay. So what I'll have to do for that? I'll have to do this multiply by this, and this is my LCM. So I can say Rn plus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square minus Rn minus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square divided by Rn plus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square. Okay. Now our job is to simplify this and get the final solution. That's what we are interested in. So this is A plus B bracket square. So what will I get? Rn square plus twice Rn rho 1 C1 plus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square. Now this is in the bracket. So Rn square minus 2 Rn rho 1 C1 plus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square, everything in the bracket, divided by the denominator as it is plus Xn square. Okay. So if you remove this minus sign, check what all gets cancelled. So this is Rn square plus 2 Rn rho 1 C1 plus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square, okay, minus minus plus, this is minus and this is also minus. So check what all is left and what all is getting cancelled, plus Xn square. Okay. So obviously this term gets cancelled. This is 2 plus 2 4, rho 1 C1 cancel, Xn square cancel. So what is left now? 4 times Rn rho 1 C1 divided by Rn plus rho 1 C1 bracket square plus Xn square is the expression for alpha T. Okay. So now this way we could get, we were working only in medium 1, okay, because the reflection at the surface of a solid was the topic. Using all the equations what we have derived in the first derivation, we could get the value of sound power reflection coefficient and sound power transmission coefficient. Okay, I have not named equation, so I name this. This was 5 and this was equation number 6. And the equation what I got just now, that should be my equation number 7. So this should be my equation number 7. So what we can say over here, that the wave transmitted into the solid is in many cases an attenuated wave which is absorbed in the solid. That's what we can comment at this point of time. Okay, this is what is my second derivation, second very important topic, which was reflection at the surface of a solid. Okay, we'll stop over here, go through it. Any difficulty, feel free to ask. Okay, in next by Saturday, yeah, I will obviously take the next lecture. Along with that, not Saturday, tomorrow itself. Okay, along with that, I will take the practical also, which I left for the CP also. Okay, go through it. Any difficulty, feel free to ask. Thank you very much.